Hi, welcome. Put my stuffing over here. I can't say happy Tuesday because it's Monday. Happy Monday, though. Hi, frogs, welcome. I'm going to be working on some possums today. Hopefully that pattern that I did, well, that's been a couple months ago. I'm going to keep the head, I think, but I'm going to tweak the body a little bit. But I was working on a pattern earlier and I accidentally did the head backwards. So the big part should be white and then this part should be gray. Hi, Gloom, welcome. So here's the body that we have. And I was going to make it like this where it stands up, and it can. But I actually really liked it with the idea that it sits like this and it's just chunky. And then I just cut out some pieces for the tail real quick. I'm going to put pipe cleaners in it. And the tail will like come out the back and hopefully stick up a little bit. And then the head will be reversed, but then the head can go on like this. And I think, depending on how it looks stuffed, the head might need to be a little bigger. But yeah. So I'm going to sew the head the correct way. And that's what we're going to work on today. I also cut out some more bodies, so if we like how this turns out, I can work on another one. I also have some link cats to work on. But other than that, I would like to make some possums. How are you guys doing? Is everyone doing good? Anyone preparing for anything? I technically don't have anything still until the Possum Festival next month, but I need to be preparing now, but I'm not. Just slacking. Got back from a small con. Nice. Frogs is making some bats. Love it. Love bats. I think they're very popular. Let's see. I think I want to start the gray a little bit higher up on the head. I think I started it too far down. Joey and I almost hit a possum the other day, and it was just standing there in the road. Luckily, we missed it, so as far as we know, he's still alive to this day, but he wasn't moving. I'm prepping for the October Pride Fest. Ooh, October Pride. I like it. That sounds just up my alley. Oh yeah, quick question. I applied for KatsuCon. Have you heard back from them? I'm assuming you applied too. I'm anxious to know if they're starting to send out results, LOL. Yes, I did apply, and as far as I know, I haven't heard anyone hearing back yet. So I think I can double check. I want to say like November-ish, October, November-ish is when they start sending out some kind of information about like either waitlisted or accepted or anything. But yeah, I haven't heard anyone hearing back yet, so we should be good for right now. No worries. Yeah, I feel that. Especially for KatsuCon. That's a big one to get anxious over. You don't want to miss out on it, you know? You don't want to like get accepted and they like it goes to your trash of your email or something. You got a new guitar? Do you play guitar? I didn't even know you played guitar. Look at you, full of hobbies. That's awesome. Is it like an acoustic, electric kind of guitar? I don't know a whole lot about guitars. Can't remember how which way I sewed this last time. And we're working with fuzz, so my nose is gonna be itching up a storm. And I made some hot chocolate, and I like to use milk instead of water, but water is faster because we have a little kettle that like boils. And then I don't know about you guys, but the powder mixes so much better with water, whereas like milk, it like doesn't want anything to do with it. It doesn't want to mix. And maybe it's just because I can't get the milk hot enough. I don't know. So I was trying to make it really fast, and I was like, water won't taste as good, but it will be faster. I'm learning. Oh, awesome. It's electric. Fender Squire Bullet. It's a shiny, silvery champagne color. Ooh. Yeah, when I was younger, I had a Fender Stratocaster, and that's about all I know. Never took lessons, but I was in love with it. And me and my friend would pretend to, like, that we actually knew how to play in my basement. We tried to teach ourselves, and like her brother knew how to play, but I never like got lessons from anyone. But I was obsessed with that guitar. I did love it. The dogs are barking at something outside. Obi. My good scissors are in the other room, but I don't really want to go get them. These work just as fine, but they're more for quilting. So they're very sharp on the points. So like working with fur and stuff, it gets caught on every little thing, which is not fun. Obi, come here. Come here. Everybody else but Obi came running. Come here. Okay, so here's Joey's trying to sign in on YouTube. Here's the head with the gray, and I'm gonna stuff it. But I'm trying to decide if I'll stuff it and see, but do I think the head needs to be bigger? OMG, yay possums! Yes, hello, welcome! Frog said, I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm also going to get lessons from a friend or two. And I also watch guitarists at concerts. Nice! I always wanted to learn a musical instrument, but I never did it. Honestly, I have the like crafters thing, like I can do all that, but I'm not good with instruments. It doesn't, like, somehow some people it like clicks and it makes sense. You think the head looks small? Yeah, I'm gonna stuff it and we're gonna see what it looks like. And then maybe this one has a small head and the next one I'll make it bigger. I haven't cut out its ears or anything either. I'm trying to decide if I liked the ears for the other one that I made. It was just like black little round ears. I was gonna be in band in like middle school. It would have been middle school through high school. But I think I remember my mom was like, because I was already doing sports and stuff, and I think my mom was like, you know, that's going to take up a lot of your time. You won't be able to do, you'll have to like pick between that and sports. And I think my cousins played the flute, so I kind of wanted to learn how to play the flute or something. And then I was like, actually, I really like my sports right now. I was in band in middle school. I've always wanted to learn, and we found a good deal, so I bought it on a whim. Nice. Why won't it let me scroll? Let me scroll. I guess I'll have to scroll on my computer. Caps lock. It makes it sound so exciting. I played the flute. Oh my gosh, it's easy. See, I really don't think I have the. I do think if I had enough practice and someone to teach me, I do think I can get it. I can usually pick up on things. But I just don't think like. I think crafting and stuff is the right direction, you know? Like I think I did make the right direction. Yeah, the head is a little small. It feels very like, I don't know if it's the gray, but it kind of feels like a dolphin right now. But also, do I like... See, from the front, actually, it doesn't look too small, but from the side, it does look a little small. Look at him! Oh, he looks so cute on camera. I mean, he looks cute in person too, but like the angle, I think, from above, it looks so cute. So what I might do instead of making the head bigger is, I'm not sure how I feel. Like I like this like lump because it does make him look like he's like crouched down. But I'm not in love with it yet. Because, I mean, I'm trying to decide. Like, I could also make him so he can also sit like this, but also sit like this. Because you don't see a lot of plushies that sit like this. Junker, he is. Little bro needs ears. I used to play the trumpet. It was fun. Yeah, I knew some people that played the trumpet and saxophone. I think some of my guy friends in middle school and high school. Saxophone and trumpet, and then my cousins played the flute. I think that was it. I mean, I knew the other people that played the other instruments, but those were like my close friends. Okay, I do like this because then he can sit this. Like this, I was worried I wouldn't like this angle with his head down, but honestly, this is what I saw on the side of the road when Joey and I almost hit him. He had his head down like this. He was just little guy was just waiting for his future. And what I did last time is I had the safety eyes, but they were the sew-on safety eyes. And then I did hand embroidery for the nose. And then I think I ended up hand sewing the ears on, which is probably what I'll do since I haven't like fleshed out this pattern yet. But if I make more, I'll know the placement so I can sew the ears in. But yeah, I mean, we can go ahead and pin this on here for now. So I think I told you guys in my last stream that someone bought my other possum that I made. I called him Mr. Bones because he was like bone shaped. And I'm so glad that he got a loving home. But I knew that I wanted to tweak that pattern. So I'm glad that Mr. Bones got a home. And this possum festival, it is possum themed, but also it's kind of like themed like whimsical, weird and strange. So I do think I'm going to go hardcore on my cryptids too. I do think that will be popular. So I need to make some Fresno Nightcrawlers, some Mothman. I would like to make some Nessies again. Really want to make a Mothman hat. And I do want to make a possum hat too. I think that would be fun. The like seam kind of came out crooked. I don't know if that's how I stuffed him, but I might have to like do some hand sewing and kind of like tug it to the side, but we'll wait on that. It's just a process when it comes to making new patterns. And then let's see. For the tail, I'm thinking I'll probably make it the length of a pipe cleaner. So let me get a pipe cleaner just to measure. Yeah, if you guys are just doing something that you don't want to spend money on, like a wire, or it doesn't need to be super strong, highly recommend pipe cleaners. You can even use 2. And, you know, they're bendable. I'm sure that they don't last as long as some wires would, but it at least makes your plushies a little bit posable. And in my opinion, is easier to work with because your machine can go over it and is not as expensive. Hi, Michelle, welcome. Working on some possums. I forgot because today is Monday. Bailey J is live today, and I just saw that she released her Halloween stuff. It looks so cute. Like to pre-order. I think you can pre-order. Or maybe she just released like what all you can expect to go online, but so cute. We're trying to save money, but I haven't bought anything from Bailey J, and I've been, I think, going on 2 or 3 years that I've really looked up to her work, and I'm like, is it my time to buy something? Is it the time? And then what I did for this is I folded over probably like a 3.5 inch wide piece of fleece and made a long tube, and then I'm going to turn it inside out and we'll put the pipe cleaner in there. Probably could have made this a little bit skinnier, but we'll see how it looks. He got a chunky body, so he probably got a chunky tail too. I've also lost all my stuffing sticks that I used to turn inside out. So we're gonna use a pen instead. Ooh. Just pull the cap off of it. Oh goodness. There we go. So there's our tail. Oh, stay there, possum. And then I do like to turn over, this fleece is pretty thick, so it probably won't stick out or poke through, but I do turn over the end of the pipe cleaner just to, so it doesn't poke if it was like really thin material. And then I just try my best to push it through without bending it, but once you get kind of too far, it's about as far as I'm making it. Are you doing a posable tail with a pipe cleaner? Love it. Yeah, I'm attempting to, but there we go. I was having a little trouble getting it through, but it worked. Yeah, because I'm not trying to make it where, you know, it's gonna hang from its tail, but just something little that people can, if they want to fidget with it, they can, or they can leave it just where it'll help it keep its form a little bit. But yeah, I love making stuff posable with pipe cleaners just to give them a little bit of oomph. Now I might want to put 2. Or I could, I mean, we are kind of just playing around with this guy. I could make this a little thinner because the fabric is kind of like wide, and it's probably too wide for this little pipe cleaner. Let me see if I put another pipe cleaner in there or if it's going to cause more trouble with me trying to like weed it through. This one's a little bent already. Ordered a bunch of wooden chopsticks. Yes. You know, I have some wooden chopsticks that I should put some in here just to have. Maybe wrap 2 around each other. You said it first. Yeah, I could wrap. That's a good idea too. I never think about like wrapping them around each other though. I just kind of put them all, both in here, but honestly that's probably better. This second one would probably make it a lot further if I wrapped it with the first one. But also, what if they don't make it back in? We're doing things. Yeah, that definitely holds its shape a little better. And sometimes I would like tack it up here if I wanted it to have like a tight little swirl. But I think it's okay. Did I ever cut? I guess I never cut the end of this off. Like, this is still kind of long. And then when I go to sew this on, I can tuck this in to help the wire stay. And then, yeah. And then I'll probably shape this up a little bit more like that. I could also tack this down. You guys can't see it. I don't know what I'm doing. I could also tack it down here on its back if I wanted. Which I do like the idea of it. If I'm thinking of it as an art piece, I really do love how it flows. But I don't love it this way as much. So if like people want to display it this way, I think it looks, the tail looks a lot better like this. But it does make it very wide if you wanted to put this on like a shelf. I shared what I'm making in the Discord server. Oh, awesome! I'll have to check it out. Yes, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, feel free. You can share your art, you can share your business. Bless you. Okay, so before we do some hand sewing, let's take a look at the ears, and let's take a look at what safety eyes I have, because at one point I was gonna order some more, I thought, and I don't know if I ever did. I know I have, whoops. I know I have the big safety eyes, which would be cute. He could have really beady safety eyes, but I need a good medium size, and I don't have a lot of that size because that's the most popular. Also, I was expecting to sew them on, but these aren't the sew on kind. These are the snap safety eyes, which technically is what makes them safety eyes. But so I'll probably have to unstuff the head, which is not a big deal.
Have gotten pretty good at what they do, but they can't give an item a human touch.
Oh no,
On
please.
Etsy, you can find something handmade,
Mr. Possum.
handpicked, or
oh no, now we're watching Tia's dog Violet, and as soon as it fell out of my lap, immediately she is like, new toy? Okay, so I'm looking over here, but then the ad came on and I had to get rid of the video. Okay. Maybe I should put the ears on first, because I think it's going to be... It's not going to give Possum until we put the ears, right? Let me just cut some pieces of ears. Do you guys agree that the ears would look best being black? Do you guys, is that what you all feel? For Possums, that's what I did for the other one, at least. And I do think, like most of the pictures I looked at, black seemed to be what I saw. Some of the plushies didn't have black ears, but let me do another Google search. Did you guys also know that there's like opossum with the O in front, but I always learned that the O is silent. But there's possum that is spelled without the O, but that's from Australia, I believe, and it's a different type of animal. I wouldn't say that they're completely different animals. They look kind of similar, but yeah, I didn't know they're actually different species or breeds, but then I learned that some people were taught to say the O so that you could differentiate. Interesting facts. All right, let me doodle out an ear. I might not even have to doodle. This is kind of ear-shaped. Black ears, yeah. Perfect. Okay. So, which way did I cut this? I think this needs to curve a little more, and then we're getting somewhere. Yeah, so I was supposed to babysit tomorrow, and that's why I wasn't going to be able to go live tomorrow. But then they changed it and I don't have to babysit. But I'm still going to go work at my stepdad's shop. So since I had already planned to go live today, I'm like, oh well. What? Do you have something in your mouth? No, it was just your tongue. Hi, buddy. Get down. Is there something outside? He's pacing back and forth. No. No, I can't let you out there. No. Go lay down. Wait, so are opossums and possums two different animals? Yeah, you can look it up. Yeah, which I thought was crazy. Because I'm from Kentucky, so we would have some people that are very country say opossum. And I remember like my teachers and stuff being like, it's not opossum, it's just possum. But it turns out that sometimes you have to say opossum so that you can differentiate from the two kinds. Because yeah, if you look them up, they kind of look similar, but you can tell in their face, I think, for the most part, they're a little different. No idea if they're like in the same family, which one was named first. I don't even know if like possums from Australia have the same tails, which I feel like is what makes them very popular. Yeah, are possums considered like marsupials, like koalas? Are they considered rodents? Or just mammals? Like, I don't know. Based on Google images, I've never seen a possum before this moment. Right? But when you Googled like possum without the you're like, wait, this isn't the possum I remember. What is this? Can you guys see Violet kind of a little bit? With your butt. Ridley, go lay down. They saw you, trust me. Okay? They saw you. Okay. Now the question is the placement of the ears. Because I can't really put it in the seam, which is where I would like to make my life easier. I really like this one plushie. It has really big ears, and I do really like the big ear. It's just so stinking cute. So stinking cute. Does anybody else struggle with safety eyes though, and like worry that when you go to put them on, they're gonna be off-centered, or they're gonna be like one's gonna be higher than the other? Because I've yet to find a good way to get them even. I used to like mark them with like pins or markings, but if you're doing fur, you can't really tell. And I got these really big ones, like, I don't even know, 25 millimeter maybe. The last time I got these, they were sew on. Woo! Which was really nice for my poros from League of Legends, because you wouldn't have to worry about the fur and you wouldn't have to like get through all the layers. But I think I tried to Google it last time when I ordered these and I couldn't find them. If it's all right, I'm gonna ask some more random Katsucon questions since I know you've done it before. Yeah, go for it. Feel free. And if you feel like I missed something, I do have, and you might have already watched them, but I do have, I think, 2 Katsucon videos, right? Because I've been 2 times now, so feel free to check those out too. But yeah, I will do my best to answer what I can. It's given Mickey Mouse because of the big black ears. All right, I'm gonna hand sew this part right here where it's kind of, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's kind of crooked, the gray seam. So I'm going to hand sew and pull it towards the left a little bit and see if I can fix that, instead of having to take the whole thing apart and still not look right, you know. I might need longer thread though. I was hoping that I could do it with this little piece of white. Oh yeah, I did. Thank you so much for vlogging the con. It's really helpful. I guess my question is, do you think it's a good idea to bring 2 table partners? Oh, forgot I said that before I finished the sentence. Okay, I'll wait for you to finish. I'm considering bringing 2 friends to help with the con instead of 1, if I get in, of course. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's ever hurts to have extra help, unless, like if you're gonna pay them, then of course you might want to think about, oh, do I need 2? Because I've done it technically by myself, and I felt like I did like okay. Like, of course it would have been nice to have one person help to grab me food, but because I knew several people around there, and like I had another friend that was selling there, it was okay. But did you apply for like the premium table, or just like the 6 foot, 8 foot, whichever, or did you get like a corner booth? And I don't know if you, at other conventions, if you're like super busy and feel like you need extra help, but I think at least 1 person is good. 2 people, I say bring it if they're kind of coming just to have fun and help you out, because I think it's always good to have extra people. That way 2 people can always be at the table and 1 person can go walk around. But if you have a smaller area too, though, like just a table, it can get very crowded back there. I've heard so much about how nonstop it is, though I'm worried about running out of room behind the table with an extra person. Yeah, I applied for the cheapest one. I'm assuming the 6 foot. Yeah, it is nonstop, but I think, like I said, I've done it by myself before, and there was times where I wish I had an extra person, but I was able to manage without it. But I think having 1 extra person is plenty. But if you got a friend and they want to come and you don't have to pay them, maybe they will like split the room with you and just like they'll help out, and maybe you buy them like food or something. I would say bring them along because it's fun. Like Joey and I are going to help out Bethany with Matsuri-con, and she doesn't really need 2 extra helpers for that, but like we're splitting the room with her and stuff. Like she's not buying us anything. Because it's always good to have company too. But yeah, I would be a little concerned because let's see. I think Katsucon, I always have the premium, so like a corner table, so I usually don't have room with space behind me. But I'm trying to think of the people that I've seen that have just a table. Usually they're against a wall. And I do know even with 2 people, it looks a little cramped. So If you watch another Katsucon vlog, or if you watch them back, look for the people that are just tabled by themselves, or by like at the smaller table, and see if you think, like, if you had 3 people, would you get claustrophobic? Because I know I get claustrophobic in that way, thinking about, like, because you got all your stuff back there too. But if someone doesn't mind, it's not like, whoever's not working the table, if they don't mind to like walk around, or there's plenty of places to hang out and do other things, as long as you're not constantly having 3 people at your table, I think it'd be okay. I live in the area, thankfully, like 30 minutes away, so I'd commute in. Okay, that's really nice, yeah. So you don't have to worry about splitting hotel. Or you don't have to worry about hotel in general. Oh wait, I have an idea. I could have my friend take shifts. Yeah, you totally could do. You could even just have one come one day and then the other one come the next day, and then swap. Or you could have someone do mornings. Yeah, I think it's a totally up to you thing. Do you need 2 people? No. Do I recommend at least 1 person? Yeah. Would it be a problem with 2 people? Only behind your table, I feel like. And I think you only get 1 extra badge. So you would also have to buy another badge, I believe. Ow. Hi, love. She's right there. Juvenile. I keep stabbing myself because these pins are holding the head on, and usually I would sew the head on first, but because I haven't got the safety eyes in yet, I don't want to attach the head yet. Just gotta figure out placement. Yeah, the hotels in the area are wild, so expensive. Thanks for the info, no problem. Yeah, we, the first time I did it, I lived 2 hours away, so I commuted every morning and afternoon, and it was rough, but at least I saved money in that scenario. And that's what I was gonna do this past time, but it was supposed to snow. And so I had gotten a hotel for 1 night, I think Saturday night. And then, yeah, it said it was supposed to snow, so then I got nervous and I got a hotel for both nights. But we stayed across the bridge in, is it Alexandria? Is that what it's called? In Virginia. And there's a really nice, I believe it's a, is it a Holiday Inn? I think it's, yeah, something like that. It's really nice. And it's not outrageous. It's not like you're staying in the Gaylord. I've done every event so far alone, and I recommend having an extra person. Yeah, it is very nice if you can. Yeah, I really needed my helper at AwesomeCon, and that con isn't even busy. So much easier to have someone else writing down the orders and total sales. Yeah, I do feel like I miss some sales sometimes, because if I get back-to-back orders, I, of course, am like taking the order and like getting it ready. I'm not thinking about, oh, I gotta write it down until like after they left, and then I'm like, what did that person order like 3 people ago? So if I can and I'm by myself, I do try to like just write down at least how much it was and not exactly what it was, and then I can figure that out later. I think I said last time I'd be alone at my first con. My brother and sister-in-law graciously volunteered. Yay! Yay, so exciting that you won't have to be alone, especially for your first one. That way you'll have people to help you. And you can focus on the convention or the show, whatever, art show, craft fair, whatever it is. Yeah, woo, Virginia. I love Virginia. Yeah, Virginia is nice. My cousins used to live there, and I remember really liking the area. We considered Virginia or West Virginia for moving, since it was like halfway point kind of between both of our families, but we kind of figured we should probably live in one or the other just to have family close, even if it's further for one of the other families. But it would be so much nicer to drive like 7 hours instead of 12 hours one direction. Look at these big ears. What a cutie. It's a 1-day anime con. Northern Virginia is great, but very expensive. I believe it. So much to do, but rent is crazy. Yeah, I recommended one time in the Artist Alley thing, someone said, they're looking at moving and what was a good area to move to for convention-wise. And I said Virginia or West Virginia, and somebody was like, I live in Virginia, there's nothing here. But my point was, which I also said in the main comment that I made, is that it's very close to northern the United States, where Virginia does have some good ones, like a lot of the Galaxy Cons. They have Raleigh and Richmond, or just kidding, Richmond, Virginia, but Raleigh is in North Carolina, so you're very close to the Carolinas. Very close in terms of, I wouldn't pick Texas because all you're doing is Texas conventions. I wouldn't pick California because all you're doing is California conventions. But in terms of Virginia or West Virginia, or even like any of the colonies, even when we lived in Delaware, it was like a 2-hour drive to any other state in that area. So yeah, I mean, you got to deal with the taxes and stuff for the other states, but you're getting different audiences. Whereas if you're in California, odds are the same people are going to go to the conventions in California. But if you live in Virginia and you do Virginia conventions, and then, a couple of months you do a North Carolina convention, and you only had to drive, I don't know, the 5 hours, I don't know. Or any of those, like I said, Delaware, we drove 2 hours. While I was there, I did Virginia conventions, I did a Connecticut convention, Delaware conventions, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Like, there's so many in that area that's like pretty close. Sent that by accident. They're wrong. Were they wrong? It's a pretty good location. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, KatsuCon. Northern Virginia has KatsuCon, which is technically in Maryland. Oh, I forgot all about Maryland. Maryland has a lot of convention, because in that same one you have MagFest and KatsuCon, and then in Washington D.C. is Otakon that just happened, which is technically in Virginia. Oh yeah, you said Otakon. AwesomeCon, I haven't done that one, but yeah. And GalaxyCon, yep, there's a lot of GalaxyCon. As a Texan, I do not recommend Texas as a place to live, because all of their cons are far and conservative. Yeah, conservative are oversaturated. Is this supposed to be convention? Only big con we have worth traveling to is San Japan. I've heard good things about that one. Also, pro tip, if you're gonna do Otakon and need a hotel, highly recommend not getting one in DC. Get one across the river. It's cheaper. Convention, sorry. Okay. No, that's what I figured, but also conservative, I feel like that could fit in there too. Yeah, luckily, because I canceled Otakon, I was gonna share a room with Easy Breezy Draws. Luckily, I hadn't I hadn't had a hotel set up for myself, and they already had a room because they were bringing someone, and I was just like, hey, can I crash wherever on your floor on an extra bed, whatever you got? So thankfully, when I had to cancel, it didn't throw like a dent into their plans at all, thankfully. But if it did, I probably would have went. But I am glad that I ended up canceling. It was a very good idea. Okay, so now I really, I love the big beady eyes. Gosh, why you do this to me? Let's see if I can just poke it in. Because, big beady eyes just make everything look cuter. Will they stay? You guys, oh my gosh, guys, do you see? Wait, the glare from the ring light? Oh my gosh. Ah! Look at the glare. Oh, he's such a little guy. I think we're going with eyes. I mean, big eyes. Yes, we're going with eyes. I'm so sorry, guys. That's probably so loud. Yes, we're going with eyes, but I think we're going with big eyes. And it really makes me want to add a little white dot for glare effect. Okay, little is pretty cute too, because then you got the little beady eyes. So maybe I'll do both. Big old peepers. Maybe I'll do both, but I do think I want to go with the big. And then I really like the idea of making it look sad, because I was had its ears tucked down. And I kind of like the idea of tucking its ears down. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to just do, looks like boba. I'm hoping to move from South Florida to Orlando for multiple reasons, but it's also a better central location for Florida-based conventions and has several big ones. Yeah, I do. So I think Florida is a really good place to move for conventions, but that's about it. Yeah, you get Disney World, which you said you're already in Florida, but you get Disney World and all the parks and all that stuff. But I just don't recommend, I lived in Florida for a while, and I just don't recommend anyone move there. Plus, I have friends that do conventions in Florida, and they also talk about how, because they've done so many Florida conventions and Florida events, everyone already knows them, and they've bought work from them. And luckily, they rotate and get a lot of new stuff and do a lot of new art, so they get regulars. But if you don't have something where I have plushies, and it's not necessarily something that you, other than maybe Avatar plushies, it's not something you necessarily want to finish a collection, or if you have artwork, you don't want to decorate your whole room with my artwork because it's plushies. So for someone like me who I don't add a whole lot of new things, or if I do, you don't want to collect a whole lot of them, if that makes sense. I feel like that kind of makes it more challenging if you do events in the same area. Because I noticed that too when I do like events that I've done before, like MegaCon. Luckily, sales have been improving because I've been bringing more stock and the quality of my stuff's been going up. But I could see it getting to the point where like someone's like, "Oh, I have your blue Kirby. That's the only color I really like. I don't really need another blue Kirby." But then there are people that are like, "Oh, I got the blue Kirby last time. I'm gonna get the red one this time." I've lived in Florida my whole life. I don't recommend it. Oh, don't move here on purpose. Yeah. Yeah. My parents want to move there, of course, for like the snowbird type things when they retire, or my mom just wants like a winter house or whatever. And I'm like, don't do it. Just go and visit. Like, you'll save money by just spending it on like if you spend a week or so there, because it's expensive too. And also, like, especially if you're in Orlando, because it's so touristy, no one knows where they're going. No one knows how to drive because they have no idea where they're going. So it's scary if you're driving there. Look at the big eye boy. I have people that collect my froggies. That's awesome. Yes, we love returning customers that collect stuff, that collect our products. Try to get this as even as possible. Now, normally I would unstuff this whole thing, but actually it seems to be making this process a lot easier if I don't. Because the stuffing is really helping me get the shape of the snout. Whereas if I unstuffed it, I would kind of be worried that the fabric wouldn't be like poked all the way out. Look at him. Look at that side profile. If I can get it to look right. No one knows how to drive in Florida. The driver's test is way too easy. I didn't even drive on a road. I was in a parking lot. Oh no, I didn't know that. OMG, I love the froggies. There's a bridge near my house where the middle lane switches directions in certain times. Oh, I don't know how they aren't more accidents because the signage there is really small. Is it one of those that has the lights that change? Like where you can go this way, but then if you're going the wrong way, it's like a big X or something? I've seen those on like college roads before. I always worry about someone new to the area driving on it at the wrong time. Very strong profile. Nah, no lights, just faded signs. Oh my gosh. I've never seen that before. That sounds terrifying. I already worry that I'm gonna like, you know, if you're going like on an interstate and it says like do not enter for the traffic going, like if you're getting off an exit and there's like the road that's coming off the interstate, but if you're trying to get on the interstate, they're usually like right next to each other. And you see the signs that say do not enter, but sometimes they're turned just a little bit. And when you go on to get on the interstate, it looks like you're going the way that says do not enter, but then you have to like talk to yourself and tell yourself like, no, that's for the other side of the road. But that gets me every time. I'm like, am I going the wrong direction? Especially if there's no cars around. I'm like, am I going the wrong direction on this? Am I about to get backwards on the interstate? It's Chain Bridge Road. Oh no. Do we have those in Arlington? And I hate them. People in Texas already can't drive. It's wild to me because it's a pretty high traffic area. Wait, not Chain Bridge Road, just Chain Bridge. Oh, okay. And is it spelled like chain as in like, you know, chains that hold you down? Or is it change like it changes directions? Because that's what I would call it. Be like, yeah, this is the change bridge. It changes. Chunky boy. So we had skinny boy, now we got chunky boy. Which is this is very fitting because I made a sticker of a chunky possum and it says feeling cute, I think. And it's a chunky possum. So this fits. Okay, I'm trying to sew this on without adding pins because I do worry about adding pins to hold it on with fur because they can get lost in the fur. And I'm always very worried that I'm going to ship out a plush that has a pin in it still that I lost. I'm just doing a little ladder stitch to attach the head. I like people are supposed to remember this like 6:15 a.m. to 10 a.m. 2 lanes inbound, 1 lane outbound. 2 lane outbound, 1 lane weekdays except holidays. No, I would just avoid that road. Like, is that possible? Because I would just not. Listen, I'm scared when they're doing like constructions on the road and you're driving on the wrong side of the road. And even though there's people telling you that you can do it, if I'm the leader of that group, I'm scared. I'm like, but what if I don't get over where I'm supposed to get over? Or what if I get over too early and they just like blacktop that road or something, and then I'm leading all these people onto the wrong road. I watched I think this was back when TikTok was like Musically still. And it was a thing about being the leader of the pack, or like being the leader of the wolf pack. And it's like when you're at a light and one person goes, like if you're like side by side with someone or someone's in front of you, and it's kind of like, if you're going, I'm going. Like, I'm trusting you, you're the leader of this pack. And I think about that on the daily, where it's like, I'm trusting you, there's traffic still coming. Or like when there's a big truck like coming and like in the next lane than you, but it's going, but you can't see if anything's coming because this truck's going. And you're like, well, if you're going, I'm going. We're hoping for the best. It's the fastest way into DC from my house. No! Look at that little guy. Yeah, look at the little guy. Big chunky guy. He looks so cute from the front. I'm not sure if I love, like, I mean, I like this in a way that it gives him a hunch, but I just really love how he looks from the front. But I'm like, does his back need to not have as much of a hunch? But then he'd look weird, right? It's like this is like this because he's sitting. And then he just looks like an anteater when he's like this. I really like him like this. He did look up. I was almost said, oh, he looks like a little possum. Yeah, he is a possum, duh. Good. He's supposed to look like a possum. And then the switching lanes thing continues once you get off the bridge, and then it kind of abruptly stops at a light, so sometimes you're directly facing a car going another way at the light? No. Scary. Do not like driving. Joey said, oof. I like the hunch. They kind of look necklace and shrimpy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because like that one that we saw standing in the road, he was just chilling. I think I will display them up like this. Oh, he's such a cutie. Alright, the head is attached. Let me finish off my seam. So I went to Joann's today, and I hadn't been to this Joann's in a while, and I also know that Joann's is trying to like get itself together, okay? Like I know. And I know a lot of places are low staff too. But this Joann's had like all the stuff on, like not everything, but a lot of stuff taken up aisles where I couldn't even get through aisles. And stuff that wasn't even, it was on racks or like on rolly carts and stuff. And they had fleece. I couldn't even find Blizzard fleece anywhere. I found anti-pill in like 2 different spots. And then I found this like craft fleece. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's kind of like what Walmart sells. It's very cheap and thin. And it was like $4 or $5 a yard. And I like debated a couple times, just like I went back and then I would feel it and I would like want to throw up because I'm like, this is so cheap. I don't know what I'd even make with it. Because I was like, okay, well I just need orange for like Lethal Company guys, and those have like several layers. So maybe it would be okay. Because I could not find orange in anything but anti-pill. But I don't need orange anti-pill for Lethal Company guys, because that makes them a little bit too thick for my embroidery machine, and it causes like problems with the embroidery thread, and like Blizzard fleece works the best for that. And then I couldn't find the backyard green anti-pill, which I specifically needed anti-pill backyard green because that's one of my Link Hat colors, and someone has ordered it and it ships out today. I circled that place like 3 times, and you know where I found it? On one of those racks in a random aisle that was blocking. Like, luckily I decided to do like another lap because I was almost gonna be like, well, I'm gonna have to like get a different lime green that's off a little bit. And then I did find some in the remnant, but I was like, oh well, I'll buy this too. It didn't have a label on it. It looked like someone had got it cut and then decided they didn't want it and just like folded it up and threw it in the remnants pile. I still didn't find, I needed like hot pink anti-pill for a Splatoon Inkling girl. And I found a pink that I already have, which is that Pinkie Pie pink. It's like the darker hot pink, and that's almost a little bit too dark. So I'm gonna look at it again. But I might have to, luckily I have a little more time for that. I can just order it online. But I'm like, this is like the 3rd time that I've been to 2 different Joann's, and they were completely out of common colors. Because that backyard green, I can always seem to find. And hot pink is very popular because a lot of people use it for the tie blankets. And then I couldn't find scuba blue in Blizzard fleece. them at the other Joann's. They were completely sold out. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going to have to go back to buying everything online and stay up to date. When's Lex Pride? The one I just did, the Pride event in Lexington, it was June 29th. Joann's fabric section is literally the Wild West. As a fursuit maker and plushie maker, I'd give up my non-sewing hand for a high-quality fabric dealer store and not wait/pay for shipping. Yes. Yeah, honestly, I found it easier if I don't have it, the color that I need, but I have time to order it. I usually just order the minimum 2 yards because odds are, because the closest Joann's I have now is 45 minutes to an hour. And that's not a town that I usually go to. So usually it's better off for me to just buy the 2 yards. And it usually gets shipped to me pretty fast. And I can usually order enough to get free shipping, like if there's other things that I need. But yeah, it is quite annoying. Do I need to check mine? No, I think I'm good for now. I am gonna look online for that hot pink color. I think the one that I have will work if I can't find it, but I do want to see if I can order it online too. Hi, Riddle Piddle. All right, let me run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay. Who do you order fabric through? Arch Fabrics is the only supplier I've found that offers free shipping on certain order amounts. I use Joann, like honestly, solely is Joann. I order in like bulk and I do the like the whole bolts of fabric. They used to do it where they would get really nice discounts off the off the whole bolt. Like I could get it where it was like less than $3 a yard with Joann's Plus, but they don't do that anymore. But usually if you at least get like $70 or more of fabric, you get it for free. And usually if I'm ordering fabric, I'm ordering a lot. I haven't ordered from Ice Fabrics though. That would be nice to check out. I used to get Hancock Fabrics, but that's out of business. But that was like back in like before, I think they went out of business in like 2015, 2014. Sometimes I've got from Hobby Lobby, but I don't have, that was when there was one like close by when I was in college. But I don't really like their fleece. Sometimes they have some nice furs, but honestly everything of theirs is kind of expensive when it comes to fabric. Because they do that 40% off, but it's always 40% off, which means when they used to have the coupon, you couldn't even use the coupon on it either. So, at least with Joann, sometimes you get the like 35 off of 35 or whatever. Alright, let's get the little buddy a tail. And I do think I'm going to attach it down here too, so that it just stays in place. Thank you, frogs. I will let you know if I can't find it. But yeah, Joann's used to be really good about having their like neon colors too, because that's where I would get all my Splatoon fabric. But yeah, it was crazy to me that this Joann's didn't even have Blizzard fabric anywhere that I could find. And this craft fleece fabric or whatever was one of the aisles that had carts of merchandise in it, like blocking part of the aisle. And it was nowhere near the other fleece. It was next to like outdoor canvas fabric. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Why is this all the way over here? Because if I didn't know like Joann's at all or the fabric store, I would be like, this is it? This is all they have for fleece? Doesn't make sense. And also the lady cut my fabric. There was a line of 2 people in front of me. So I was like the third person. And it was still like take the number thing. And this lady was in no hurry. But you could tell everyone in line like waiting for her to cut fabric was in a hurry. Or, you know, not even in a hurry. Just like, I've been waiting, please. Just cut my fabric. And so she folded I only got 2 cuts of fabric. She folded the first one and she folded like this. Then like straightened it out. And then folded it again. Straightened it out. Folded it again. And I appreciate it. I appreciate she wanted to take her time. She wanted to make it look nice. But when she was cutting my second one, and she was like scanning it and printing out the receipt, I just like, she'd already cut it and scanned it, so I like pulled it out, folded it, set it on top of the other one. I was like, I'm good. You know, this is gonna get thrown, like shoved in a bag. I'm gonna have to re-fold it anyways. It's totally fine. And I got orange. I did end up getting the anti-pill orange because that's all, like, I'm completely out of orange, so that's all that they had. So I had to get it, and there was spots on it because on the outside, sometimes if it's on the bottom shelf, it'll get like dirt spots and stuff. And usually, sometimes I don't catch it and the workers catch it, and they're like, I'm gonna cut this off for you so that you don't get the dirt part. And I'm like, thank you so much. So I asked her, can you cut off, like, it was, I think it was like a quarter. And I was like, can you just cut this off here so I don't get the part with the stains on it, and I'll take 2 yards. And she like looked at it, and I feel like I confused her a little bit, and I was like, yeah, if you can just cut off the part with the stains, that way I don't get it on my cut. And she's like, okay. But she still looked confused, so I was kind of just like, or if you can do like a remnant for it, I'll pay for the remnant and I'll cut around it. She's like, yeah, we can definitely compensate you if you want the remnant. And I was like, that'll be fine. I'll take it. Whatever is less confusing. And then the lady at the cashier, I guess the computer was being slow, and she was yelling at the computer for it to speed up. And something about technology, and she was like, this is why I don't have a computer at home. She was an older lady, but she like giggled and laughed, and so I politely giggled and laughed. I should have tucked the tail a little more. It kind of got untucked. So it has a very big, curly, cute tail. But look at him! You can't really see his ear because it fades into the background, but what a cutie! Alright, now I think I'm gonna do the hand embroidered nose, and then he can be done and we can give him some siblings. I'm debating if I want to actually use embroidery floss or if I want to use like it's not embroidery floss, embroidery thread, or if I want to use my other thread that's a little bit thicker. Because I'm going to have to double up on both these either way. Because they're kind of thin. But if I had embroidery floss, it wouldn't be so thin. I'll have to see how long it takes me to make the other one now that we kind of have a pattern. Because I think I sold my other one for like 15 to 20. But this one might be more 25 to 30. Because the shape of its body is a little bit more complicated than Mr. Bones was. Okay, I like to hide the embroidery floss if I can, the end of it. So sometimes I go like through the neck. Try not to poke myself. And this is why it's good to have like a really big embroidery needle. And I do have one, but I thought this one would be big enough, but it needs to be a little bigger. But it's also kind of hard to get the thread to show up on this fur. It kind of gets hidden. So if I find, they make like pink safety noses, right? Have you guys seen those? I know I've seen black safety noses. But it might be better for me to get some pink safety noses so I don't have to hand embroider it. Because, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get thicker thread if I do this. This isn't working. Yeah, see, this thread is just getting hidden in the fur. Alright, we will leave this for now, because that's either going to take a whole lot of thread, or it's not going to come out looking good. So, I don't want to really like waste my time on it. But look at him. And I do need to there's a couple places on his armpits where I need to like stitch the gray down a little bit. But other than that, he like him. I like him. He looks cute. He looks cute. And then I'll debate if I want to put the little white dots, because I do like the reflection. Have you guys ever put paint on safety eyes? I know some people like paint their own safety eyes, but I was curious if I take just like acrylic paint, or actually if I take like a paint marker. Maybe I'll try that right now, because I did just buy a white paint marker. Actually, this isn't the one I just bought. But we'll see. I'll let this dry and we'll see how it holds up and if it stays. The other question is where do I put the glare of the eyes? I do not like this paint marker. Can I wipe it off? Yeah, okay. I got a set of pink safety eyes. I got a set of pink safety noses off Amazon, super cheap. Just be sure to seal the paint or it will flake off. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll do this because I also don't like this marker. So it might just come off really easily. Yeah, I changed my mind. We're not gonna do that. If I find something that works later, but this was just like, it has little flakies and it won't make like a perfect circle, and it's gonna drive me crazy if it's not a perfect circle. Use a triangle fabric nose. I definitely could do that. I might have to for this guy, or unless I get thicker embroidery floss. because it's kind of too late to put a nose on it. Or, so I could probably go over it with this, just not, it wouldn't be a triangle, it'd probably just be like kind of like a rectangle. But yeah, we'll work on him a little later. We'll leave him for now. Oh, he makes me so happy. Put the fabric condom back on so the thread doesn't fall everywhere. I'm sure those have a better name than that, but I think that's funny. That was thunder. Okay, let's... I have my black thread in, so I'm gonna sew up, or I'm gonna cut some more ears and sew those up so that they're ready for the next plushie. And I do think I'm gonna make these ears just a little bit bigger and see how I like that, if that's something that we want to go with. And I don't know how this Possum Festival is gonna be, but they do get a lot of likes on their like Facebook posts and stuff, so that's pretty exciting. It is gonna be outside, which I don't love, but also I think it's just like an hour or two away, and I think I paid like $60, so if all else fails, I can skedaddle if I need to. But what other things do you guys think of when you think of like, let me see what they described it as. I don't think they said like weird and wacky, but that's what I was thinking. Their posts are funny. It's like more vendors than you could shake a stick at. Okay, we've got handcrafted and homespun and hand-drawn artsy and crafty and sparkly things. There's stuff that'll make you smell good, look good, and feel good. Wait, no, that's not the one that's still funny, but that's not the one I was thinking of. Is my name on here? I actually missed this post. There I am, lying around sewing. Quit looking red. Where did they make the post about, like... Okay, here we go. Possum Fest is the self-proclaimed weirdest and most wonderful block party around, celebrating everyone's favorite trash cat through art, crafts, games, food, and fun. So it's not all about possums, but that's their, like, mascot. That's their theming. But they also were talking, you know, suggesting weirdest and most wonderful. So, like, what do you guys think when, in a good way, what good things do you think of when you hear weird weird stuff? Like, I know there's some people that do the taxidermy thing, and I'm sure that they'll have stuff there, not specifically of possums, but like taxidermy, but they also, I don't know what they call it when it's like the insects. I don't think that's called taxidermy, is it? When they have like the butterflies with the little pins. That has a different name. But I feel like that kind of like oddities. Is that the other convention that's popular? Like the oddities fair, or oddities and curiosities. Because I do think cryptid would be very popular, especially because I think this is like in the Appalachian area. And you know, they all about spooky things. Sounds like I need to clean my machine soon. It makes a weird sound. I love weird core things like teeth and eyes. Interesting. I used to keep my Obies, my first puppy's baby teeth. I think I finally threw them away, but I was like, I don't know what else to do with them, but I don't want to throw them away. These are his baby teeth. As a weird person, I would expect to see like possum and other funky animals like raccoons, spiders, moths, cryptids, spooky stuff. Oh, I like the eye idea. Yeah, I definitely was thinking about spiders. I don't have a good spider plush pattern, but I was like, spiders I feel like would be good. Moths are very popular. Definitely cryptids. There's a gnat in here. I still have this green minky that's like the bubble minky, the dot minky. And it's green, like kind of looks like a pickle. I don't know what to do with that, but that would be cool to do something with that. And I have a chibi dragon idea that I want to do that I bought minky fabric for too. Honestly, this would be the place for me to do my fur, like different fur random plushies or hats. I think frogs are great too. Maybe some yokai. Is that how you say that? All I know is that that's a ghost in Phasmophobia. I think it's spelled like that. So if you don't mind to explain what that is, because all I think of is the ghost. I think that's how it's spelled in Phasmophobia. I could be totally wrong, because I'm very bad at spelling. But I think too we are getting into spooky season, so it definitely wouldn't hurt for me to try to start doing some ghosties or fall stuff in general. Hello, Dr. Miss Raven. Welcome. Working on some possums. Here's the one we finished. Look at him. Look at the chunky. The chunky baby. And I'm going to make one pretty much the same as it, but I might give it like smaller eyes and I might give it bigger ears. So we're just switching up a few things. Yokai are Japanese demons. Okay. Like tanuki? Oh, we were just talking about those. Oni and other Japanese like demons you may have seen. You just don't see a lot of plush versions of that. Yes. So I know Oni from Dead by Daylight. Yokai is probably the same thing I'm thinking of from Phasmophobia, because it's like demons and ghosts and spirits that you like go and hunt. So I know the names, I just don't know a lot about the I don't know what you want to call it, the culture, I want to call it pop culture because that's what the class is that I took about different things like that. But the raccoon dogs, yeah, we were just talking because that's like the Mario thing, and Joey, Allie, and Bethany knew what it was, and I was like, I've never heard of that in my life, and I hadn't. I'd seen them, but I didn't know there was a specific name. Thank you. I was on a trip to Wisconsin. How was it? Did you have fun? Love good road trips or plane trips, however you got there. I love traveling. Bless you. Highly recommend checking a video out. There's so many of them with different lore. Lore! That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Folklore. That was... yeah. Because that was also... It was folklore and pop culture that I took in college. I was like, there's a word. That is it. Saw my older brother. Oh, nice. Hope it was a good time. Sounds fun. So I've been quite a few places. I've traveled a bit. The one place I haven't gone that I really want to go to is Mall of America. Have any of you guys been to Mall of America? My mom and my grandma, which they're big, I guess I should say my mom's a big shopper. I don't love shopping as much as I love like looking at stuff. Like I don't like looking at clothes. I like looking at other things. But I don't like spend money. I'm very penny pincher. But my mom, like if she finds a good deal, she spends the money. But yeah, we've always wanted to go to Mall of America. So it's on our bucket list. It seems only fitting since I've been to like Disney, Disneyland, Universal, like those kind of big places. Like there's an amusement park in there. Sounds like my kind of mall. We had fun? Good. It's always good because, you know, sometimes I'd be going visiting my family and it's not as fun as I want it to be. Now that we're older, it's interesting to say the least. Oh, I can show you guys little hammers. Because I was working on the King Dedede Kirby's. And I bought these little hammers off of Amazon. And I'm going to have Joey cut, like, probably about that much off the bottom. and then I'll like sand it or whatever I need to do. And I'm gonna paint them probably just with acrylic paint. We'll see how much detail I'm able to put on here, but I know at least there'll be a star. I don't know if it'll be on both sides, but it'll be definitely on one side so you can see it when the plushie is holding it. And I'm gonna paint it. So I have 10 patrons that got this plushie. So luckily, it's not like I have to hand paint 20 little hammers, but I do have to hand paint 10. And these are, I thought it was really cute. These were like, okay, hello, yes. Thank you. I guess it's kind of like a little thing that some people buy on Valentine's Day to break open like little candy chalk hearts. So yeah, I searched mini mallets, I think, because I didn't want like a hammer, you know, like a tool hammer, or like, you know, that you use for nails and stuff. I don't know how much charge is in this mic, so I should probably charge this other one just in case. I don't know how much longer I'll stay live, since I did start a little bit later. But I would like to get pretty far on this other possum. You guys ever try to plug something in the dark? Challenge. There we go. Come on, puppies. Where's the little one? Violet? Where'd she go? She's still in there? Oh, she is. She ran away! Okay, sewing the head up right now. I'm sewing it a different way, so hopefully it's not like lopsided like that other one was. And we'll see if that makes it any better. Because, like, I have plastic safety black noses, but I don't have any pink ones. And I guess technically I don't think possums' noses are pink. I think lots of people make them pink because it's cute, but I think they're more black, aren't they? Let me see. Oh no, I guess they are pink. Maybe I'm thinking of their feet. No, their feet look pretty pink too. I thought there was something that I was like, maybe it's their ears. Maybe some people make their ears pink. Yeah, some people make the inside of their ears pink, but their ears are actually pretty much black. Okay, so now I think I could try to put the safety eyes in. No, I still think I'm gonna wait because that worked out pretty good. And, you know, don't fix something if it ain't broken. Okay, we're gonna sew feet on, or we're gonna sew on. I decided to make the belly white, which I'm glad I did. For the most part, they kind of have like gray bellies, but I do feel like that would be too much gray, and I like the separation, so that's why I gave him a white belly. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Violet. Did I spook ya? Did I spook ya? And then the basic shape that I'm doing, if you guys haven't made plushies where you have inside legs, if that makes sense. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I have this body piece, which is the outside body, right? But for the inside, you kind of have this weird, I don't know, like a baby onesie, if you want to think of it that way, where it's like belly and then like feet holes, arm holes, and then like a neck. This is what I do for my Appa too. It's a very good pattern for standing plushies. So if you want them to stand up on their own, but you have to, so that they have an inside of the arm and legs, you have to have these little pieces in here, and that's what these pieces are. So they go like right here, and you have to sew them to the belly piece, so that then you can sew it and make your tubes and everything. Which the one thing I forgot to sew out is these little, or cut out, is the little circles for its feet. So I'll have to do that if we get that far. But yeah, so you have to like sew on individually these little extra feetsies. And this is the part when I'm making Appas that I dread the most. Honestly, just making the body pieces for Appa, because Appa has 6 legs. And then once you sew on the 6 pieces, you have to sew the whole thing up. So that is my least favorite part about making Appa plushies. And there's definitely some tweaks that I would like to make to this pattern, because this is, even though I've done a pattern like this before, this is different materials, so the shaping of it is a little different. Especially working with fur and minky, they can like move differently and cause it to like bulk up in some places. So that's why, like, I don't know if you guys can see right here in his like armpit, there's like a piece hanging out, so I'm gonna like have to hand sew that. And that's where like the like gray piece was too long. So I did cut, for this piece, I did cut the gray little sleeves, or whatever you want to call it, a little shorter to hopefully avoid that. You know, that's what pattern making is, just trial and error. I ran out of white Fred. Today I did a lot of stuff. That's awesome. Like, you got a lot done, or you just were traveling a lot? Or just, yeah, just did a lot of stuff. Smash my finger. In town doing stuff? Okay. So like errands and stuff, or that's always good. I like days like that, because then I get days where I have a lot planned and I don't get anything accomplished. And then I'm very sad the rest of the day. Alright, I'm thinking I might only stay live for like 15 more minutes. I am starving. But it's not going to be like a snack. It's going to have to be a full meal. So, I'm not going to put you guys through that of like waiting. It'll be, I think, what is like a 2 hour? It was 2 hours when I looked like 10 minutes ago or something, but got my teeth cleaned and blood work done too. Nice! So taking care of your health, that's always good. Almost 2 hours. Okay. Sweet. Excuse me. So yeah, then you get something that looks like this, and like you know, possum that got ran over. And I take the 2 pieces that are going to be the back, and sew it. Because, I mean, I could put the tail in here, but it didn't take long to hand sew it. So, as of now, I'm just gonna sew up the whole back part. To probably right here, like maybe where his butthole would be. And I'm also gonna trim this inside area a little bit more and see if that makes a difference on the way that its like belly looks. Have you all ever watched iZombie? I think that's what it's called. It's not a very old show, but it is an older show. But I've never watched it before, but I do know that the actress that plays in it, she went to a Comic-Con that I went to one time. And she was like the big guest, big star that was going to be there, but I was like, I don't know anything about this show. But on Netflix, it was like, it's leaving September 5th. And, you know, I'm like, oh, well, I don't have anything else to watch. I should see if this show's any good. And I think I'm like 4 episodes in now, and I'm like, this is my kind of show. Because I love Psych, and I like Dexter, Monk, any of those kind of like detective shows. And I thought that this one was more about zombies, and I'm not a huge zombie person. I like that type of stuff, like The Last of Us, love it. But I love like post-apocalyptic type stuff, but not necessarily give me the view of the zombie, like from the zombie side. I want to see the survival side. But yeah, it's actually really good, and I'm very invested in the show, so hopefully I can finish it by September 5th. I also might do a night market on the 23rd. Ooh, that's coming up then. Nice. I haven't done a night market yet, so I hope it's good for you. Because I do know that they get long too, which some of them start later in the day, so that's nice, but some of them they do start all day and into the night. So definitely get your rest. You good, puppy? Hmm? I do think my white belly part 2 might be a little bit too long. It fits, but only because this fabric stretches. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m? Oh, okay, good. That's not bad. Violet laid on the big bag of stuffing, and Obi hates like plastic bags or like stuffing or like big boxes and stuff. And she laid on it, and so it made the sound of like it was falling. He got scared. Got spooked. If everything goes to plan and I can videotape, I was gonna videotape it this weekend and my camera was dead, so then I had to charge it. But the video that should go up this Friday should be a video about how I make my stickers at home. So, yes, if everything goes as planned. But hopefully I can film it. If I can film it tomorrow, then I can take it in and I can edit the video like Wednesday and Thursday. That's the plan, at least. The market I did this month was also on Comic-Con weekend, so I didn't sell well. I wish I did the Comic-Con instead. Oh, was it like the Comic-Con was close by to the market? Because yeah, I always, when there's two events going on that are so close together, always hard to like know which one's gonna do good, which one people are gonna go to. In the same town, yeah. That's a bummer. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm hoping that this, like, I don't have high hopes, but I'm hoping this Possum Festival is decent, because I need some extra money. Or not even extra money, I need money. It's not gonna be extra, it's gonna be bill money. But we're getting, like, I should be preparing now for my biggest conventions, because we're getting to the end of the year, which means we're getting to the beginning of the year again, and that's when my biggest conventions are there. So around November, December is when I should be prepping for, you know, MegaCon and Katsucon and Lexington Comic-Con. if I get into Katsucon. But the other two are definite. Like, I have tables already. And this year for Lexington, I was like, go big or go home, and I bought, like I spent like $1,000 on a table, so we're gonna have to go big. Excuse me. I made 70 over the 250 I make. So, like, was 250 is what you needed to clear, and you made 70 over that? So, if so, I'm glad that you made a little bit of profit, but yeah, I would be sad about that too. I'd be a little upset about it. Alright, it does look like my machine is gonna need to be cleaned. So see, my machine starts doing this, where you get all these little, the bobbin pulls when I need to clean my machine. And usually it's full of lint and thread and fur. And instead of doing that live for you guys to see, I'll just end the live here and I will clean it like tomorrow or something. But thank you guys. Here's, we'll show off the little possum guy one more time because I am very happy with him. He's just so cute. And I have possum stickers, but my iPad is in my car, I think. So I'll share those. I'm probably going to use the sticker that I was talking about that's like a chunky possum that says got snacks, or no, it says feeling cute. That's what it says. I'll probably use that as the sticker I show off on how I make stickers at home. So I think it'll go good with him. It'll match his aesthetic. I'm hoping this Pride Fest is a good one. I need money. I hope it's good for you too, Frogs. You still have a little while because that one is like Halloween themed, right? So is it a little later? But either way, I hope it's good. I love the big eyes. Thank you. I do think the big eyes are the way to go. I love the possum. Take care. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I will end it here, and hopefully I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Not tomorrow, but yeah, I'll see you guys then. Look out for the video on Friday. And other than that, bye-bye!